The bustling streets of New York City have always served as the ultimate backdrop for unexpected encounters, hidden narratives, and the kind of quiet drama that keeps the world watching from a distance. In a metropolis where millions of lives intersect daily, it is often the briefest glimpses, the most fleeting moments caught by an eagle-eyed passerby, that ignite a firestorm of global curiosity and speculation. The modern age has transformed the concept of privacy into a fragile illusion, where a simple evening stroll through a quiet neighborhood can instantly become the focal point of international conversation, analyzed by millions of eyes across the digital landscape. This constant lens of public scrutiny creates a fascinating environment where reality and rumor blend seamlessly, making every casual outing a potential headline and every shared look a subject of intense debate. As viewers who follow these captivating narratives unfolding in real time, it is easy to get swept up in the excitement of the unknown. Which is why taking a brief moment to subscribe to our channel ensures you will never miss a single chapter of these evolving stories as they happen on the global stage. The culture of celebrity observation has evolved far beyond the traditional boundaries of journalism, turning ordinary citizens into modern-day detectives who piece together fragments of lives lived under the brightest spotlights. This continuous fascination speaks to a deeper human desire to connect with the personal journeys of those who seem otherwise unreachable. Finding relatable human experiences within the highly stylized and carefully managed worlds of the rich and famous. When two individuals who occupy prominent spaces in the cultural zeitgeist are seen navigating the same urban landscape, the resulting ripple effect can shake the foundations of established fandoms, raising questions that stretch far back into the past while pointing toward an entirely unpredictable future. The city itself, with its historic brownstones and dimly lit avenues, provides a theatrical setting where the line between professional collaboration and personal connection is frequently blurred, leaving observers to wonder where the script ends and real life begins. Within this framework of endless curiosity, the latest whispers from the heart of Brooklyn have sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, highlighting just how interconnected these public figures truly are, even when they actively strive to maintain a sense of normalcy. Every detail becomes a clue, every location a piece of a larger puzzle, and every subsequent reaction from the public adds a new layer of complexity to a narrative that is already rich with history and emotional weight. To understand the gravity of these recent developments, one must first appreciate the delicate balance between the public persona and the private self, a boundary that is constantly tested by the relentless appetite of modern media and the passionate communities that surround these stars. As we begin to peel back the layers of this captivating mystery, the atmosphere is charged with anticipation, setting the stage for a deeper exploration of a moment that has captured the collective imagination of millions around the globe. The quiet charm of a neighborhood like Fort Greene, known for its tree-lined streets and artistic community, serves as the perfect contrast to the high-stakes world of international stardom, creating an intriguing setting where a simple walk can mean absolutely nothing or absolutely everything. It is against this evocative backdrop that our story takes shape, inviting us to examine the intricate web of relationships, artistic endeavors, and the enduring power of public fascination that defines the contemporary cultural landscape. The nature of modern fame dictates that no action is completely isolated, and the echoes of past romances, future creative projects, and current aspirations all collide in a single evening under the city lights. This delicate intersection of lives is where true intrigue resides, forcing us to consider the ways in which the media constructs narratives around individuals who are simply trying to navigate their own paths through an extraordinary existence. As the details begin to surface, they paint a picture of a world where coincidence is rarely accepted at face value, and where the ghosts of high-profile relationships continue to influence how new connections are perceived by the public. The anticipation is palpable, the stage is set, and the characters involved are all uniquely positioned at the crossroads of immense professional success and intense personal scrutiny, making this developing situation one of the most compelling stories of the season. By setting the scene so carefully, we can begin to appreciate the nuance of what transpired on that quiet Wednesday evening, recognizing that every headline is merely the surface of a much deeper, more complex human experience that continues to captivate audiences worldwide. The delicate balance of secrecy and visibility was thoroughly tested when Alwyn and Sarah Pidgeon were allegedly spotted together in the artistic and historic enclave of Fort Greene, Brooklyn. This unexpected pairing immediately set the digital world ablaze with speculation, as fans and commentators scrambled to decipher the true nature of their midweek encounter under the cover of a New York night. Joe Alwyn, the 35-year-old British actor widely recognized not only for his nuanced dramatic performances, but also for his highly publicized 6.5-year relationship with pop icon Taylor Swift, has long been a figure of intense public fascination. His appearance, alongside the 29-year-old rising star Sarah Pidgeon, who recently earned widespread critical acclaim for her striking portrayal of style icon Carolyn Bessette Kennedy in a hit FX series, created a perfect storm of cultural interest. The immediate reaction from the online community was a mix of astonishment and rapid analysis, with the popular celebrity gossip platform Dozmois serving as the initial lightning rod for the news. Almost instantly, the comment sections across social media platforms became a battleground of theories, with some fans humorously predicting that this new development would inevitably inspire a brand new, emotionally charged album from Swift. Others chose to focus on the aesthetic compatibility of the pair, noting that Alwyn and Pidgeon would undoubtedly make a gorgeous couple, while a significant portion of the audience expressed a sense of supportive approval, balancing their enduring loyalty to Swift with a genuine happiness for Alwyn as he navigates his post-breakup life. However, amidst the rising tide of romantic speculation, a crucial caveat emerged from the very same gossip circles that broke the news. Observers were quick to point out that Pidgeon had previously been spotted in a similar casual setting with veteran actor Jake Gyllenhaal, an encounter that initially sparked intense romance rumors but was later revealed to be entirely professional, occurring just before the two began filming their upcoming cinematic project together. This vital context introduced a layer of professional ambiguity to the Brooklyn sighting, suggesting that Alwyn and Pidgeon might simply be preparing for a collaborative creative endeavor rather than embarking on a new Hollywood romance. The tension between these two competing narratives, one of budding romance and the other of artistic collaboration, only served to heighten the intrigue surrounding the situation. Representatives for both Alwyn and Pidgeon remained noticeably silent, failing to immediately respond to urgent requests for comment from major entertainment news outlets, a silence that naturally allowed public imagination to run completely wild. To truly understand the gravity of this moment and the intense scrutiny surrounding Alwyn, one must look back at the dramatic shift in his personal life that occurred in the spring of 2023. When his long-term romance with Taylor Swift came to an end just as she was launching her monumental and record-breaking Eras tour. The couple had managed to maintain an extraordinarily private relationship since they first began dating in the fall of 2016, a feat that was considered almost impossible given Swift's unparalleled global celebrity status. When the breakup was first confirmed, insiders desperately tried to downplay the drama, asserting that the relationship had simply run its course in a natural, non-dramatic fashion, yet the public was unwilling to let the story fade so quietly. The release of Swift's subsequent musical projects only added fuel to the fire, as millions of passionate fans, known collectively as Swifties, began painstakingly dissecting her lyrics for any hidden clues or references to the failed romance. Tracks such as the devastatingly beautiful ballad Lommel, the melancholic farewell anthem So Long, London, and the resilient anthem I Can Do It, With a Broken Heart were immediately flagged by listeners as emotional chronicles of the final chapters of her 6.5-year journey with Alwyn. For over a year, Alwyn maintained a stoic and dignified silence regarding the breakdown of the relationship and the subsequent public dissection of his character, a choice that aligned perfectly with his notoriously private demeanor. That silence was finally broken in a remarkably candid June 2024 interview with the London Times, where the actor opened up about the profound difficulties of navigating the end of a long, loving, and fully committed relationship under the unyielding glare of the global spotlight. He described the experience of having a deeply personal, very real human grief suddenly thrust into an unreal and heavily distorted digital space as something uniquely abnormal and challenging to endure. Alwyn lamented how social media platforms, tabloids, and the mainstream press took his private life and pulled it out of shape beyond all recognition, creating an unbridgeable gap between the absolute truth of what actually happened and the wild fabrications that were being consumed by the public. He concluded that he had ultimately made his peace with the fact that the outside world would always speculate, but his words left a lasting impression of a man who deeply values authenticity over public narrative. On the other side of this Brooklyn mystery stands Sarah Pidgeon, a fiercely talented actress whose commitment to protecting her personal life matches, if not exceeds, that of Alwyn himself. Pidgeon has consistently refused to confirm her romantic involvements in the past, choosing instead to let her diverse and compelling on-screen work speak for itself. Despite her best efforts to fly under the radar, her rising star power has inevitably made her a target for the same romantic speculation that has defined Alwyn's career. Previously, fans had linked her to Caleb Harper, the frontman of the popular indie rock band Spacey Jane, following her captivating performance in the band's 2022 music video for their hit track It's Been a Long Day. Furthermore, her undeniable on-screen chemistry and elegant red carpet appearances alongside her love story co-star Paul Anthony Kelly had previously triggered a wave of dating rumors among viewers. Though those theories were quickly debunked by the reality that Kelly has been happily married to his wife since 2023. Even her highly publicized coffee outing with Jake Gyllenhaal earlier this year, which caused a temporary frenzy among paparazzi, was eventually unmasked as a business meeting for their highly anticipated upcoming dramedy film titled Honeymoon with Harry. This recurring pattern in Pidgeon's public life suggests that her interactions with leading men are far more frequently rooted in professional excellence and creative synergy than in personal romance, making the Brooklyn sighting with Alwyn a complex puzzle with multiple plausible solutions. As the public continues to weigh the possibilities, the contrast between Alwyn's heavy historical baggage and Pidgeon's carefully guarded independence creates a fascinating dynamic that keeps the audience guessing. Whether this evening in Fort Greene represents the quiet beginning of a new chapter in Alwyn's personal life, or simply the preliminary groundwork for an exciting new cinematic partnership, the narrative remains incredibly compelling. The tension is underscored by the absolute silence of the individuals involved, leaving a vacuum that the digital world is more than happy to fill with endless theories, artistic comparisons, and anticipation for whatever might come next in this unfolding saga. The unfolding narrative surrounding Joe Alwyn and Sarah Pidgeon in the heart of Brooklyn does not exist in a vacuum, but rather serves as a fascinating mirror to the broader, ever-evolving landscape of modern celebrity culture. To fully comprehend why a casual evening encounter in Fort Greene carries such monumental weight across the globe, one must examine the vastly divergent trajectories of the individuals involved and the massive cultural shifts taking place around them. While Alwyn continues to quietly rebuild his life and redefine his career in the wake of an era-defining romance, his famous former partner has fully transitioned into an entirely new epoch of her own life, one that is marked by unprecedented public celebration and immense personal joy. The stark contrast between Alwyn's preferred quietude and the spectacular public nature of Taylor Swift's current life is highlighted perfectly by the immense anticipation building around her upcoming wedding to Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. Sources close to the situation have recently leaked tantalizing details to major entertainment outlets, revealing that the highly anticipated nuptials are scheduled to take place over the historic July 3rd weekend at none other than New York's iconic Madison Square Garden. This impending mega-event further amplifies the public interest in Alwyn's own social life, as fans and media commentators subconsciously look for signs of how the British actor is moving forward while his past relationship is officially sealed into history books. The timing of his sighting with Pidgeon adds an undeniable layer of poetic complexity to the situation, illustrating how both parties of that famous 6.5-year romance are charting completely separate, yet equally fascinating, paths through the modern world. For Alwyn, the journey forward involves a dedicated return to his artistic roots, focusing heavily on challenging dramatic roles that showcase his immense depth as a performer rather than his status as a tabloid fixture. His upcoming role in the highly anticipated historical drama Hamnet is a testament to this artistic commitment, positioning him as an actor deeply invested in the craft of storytelling. This dedication to the art of cinema aligns perfectly with the career trajectory of Sarah Pidgeon, whose meteoric rise in the entertainment industry has been defined by her fearless approach to complex, character-driven narratives. By exploring the backstory of these two unique artists, a clearer picture emerges of two individuals who share a profound respect for their craft and a mutual desire to keep their private lives shielded from the relentless machinery of modern fame. Pidgeon's brilliant portrayal of Carolyn Bessette Kennedy did not just solidify her status as a critically acclaimed actress. It also demonstrated her unique ability to embody historical figures who themselves struggled deeply with the overwhelming pressure of public scrutiny. This thematic connection between her on-screen work and her real-life approach to privacy creates a fascinating parallel, suggesting that if she and Alwyn are indeed collaborating on a new artistic project, their shared sensibilities will likely result in a truly extraordinary piece of cinema. The lesson of her past public misunderstandings, such as the temporary romantic rumors that surrounded her professional coffee outings with Jake Gyllenhaal during the preparation for their upcoming dramedy honeymoon with Harry, serves as a powerful reminder that in the modern entertainment ecosystem, professional chemistry is frequently misconstrued as romantic attachment. This reality forces audiences to look beyond the sensationalized headlines and appreciate the immense dedication, hard work, and collaborative spirit that goes into creating contemporary entertainment. The enduring significance of the Brooklyn sighting lies not in the validation of internet gossip, but in what it reveals about our collective obsession with narrative closure and the human desire to see beloved public figures find happiness and fulfillment on their own terms. As the digital world continues to debate the possibilities, the ultimate truth of what transpired on that quiet Wednesday evening remains safely guarded by the participants themselves, reminding us that despite the omnipresence of cameras and social media, some chapters of life are meant to be lived away from the spotlight. Whether this moment marks the genesis of a powerful new cinematic partnership that will captivate audiences on the silver screen, or the gentle beginning of a meaningful personal connection between two deeply private souls, it stands as a beautiful reminder of the unpredictable ways in which lives intersect in the modern world. The story of Joe Alwyn and Sarah Pidgeon, much like the vibrant city of New York where it unfolded, remains open to interpretation, rich with creative potential, and endlessly compelling to those who watch from afar. As the chapters of their respective journeys continue to write themselves in the coming months, the world will undoubtedly keep watching, waiting to see how these talented individuals navigate the delicate dance between public expectation and private reality. In the end, the noise of the tabloids and the endless speculation of the internet will inevitably fade, leaving behind the tangible art they create and the authentic lives they choose to build far beyond the boundaries of the digital frame. This realization brings a sense of grounded perspective to a narrative that has captured the imagination of millions, transforming a simple neighborhood stroll into a powerful symbol of resilience, artistic ambition, and the